Hey hello everybody, it's Trian here and welcome back to Library of Ruina. Today we are back in the workshop mods one more time because I decided that this mod deserved the spotlight even though I wanted to go for Nexus mods next. We have Distorted Xiao here. You can access the fight by going here, and in fact it will look like this, like it usually does, and if you press on the one and then press on tab on your keyboard, you will unlock the reception of this. I will not try to pronounce this name, I'll just call her Distorted Xiao. So let's start. Oh, actually before we start, it does have a really cool pre-battle story, so let's look at that first. Then I'm going to tell you what the enemies are and what they do, and then I'm going to tell you what the strategy is to defeat this fight. I'm actually not sure if I can beat this fight again, because it seems like I am very inconsistent at it, but I did beat it once, so I think it's like possible with my team, but the team is not perfect for it. So yeah, let's start going through the story. We have Mirrors and Xiao here. The story is right after Leo's section 1, basically just like the normal Xiao fight, but this is just a little different. Chief, the enemy's momentum is unbelievable. At this rate, we'll all be wiped out. Those of you who fear death, those of you who want to leave, get out now. I will finish what I started. Chief, you know better than anyone that it's not wise to do this now. Even if it is. What's the point of a life without a purpose? Also yes, and this is slightly machine translated, it seems like it doesn't feel like awful translations through like Google Translate, but it is still not perfect. I'm pretty sure. Please don't stop me anymore. Chief, isn't revenge also anger without purpose? Also, okay. It's not too late to look for the meaning of life as you live it. It's not like a chief to... what? Sure. Mirrors has a good point. This approach is reckless. But is he alive by the time of... Wait, wasn't Shen dead by the time that the normal Xiao fight starts? What does this mean to be me? What does it mean? What? Okay, sure. Is it really like me to lose everything I have and just go along with it? Chief, don't block my path any further. If you block my way, I will show no mercy. Worst case scenario. Mirrors, do you remember our agreement before we came here? Oh, if I fail to convince the chief, I'll stop here by force. Also, it seems like there is some discrepancies in the... Is that even the right word? Okay, let's think that it is. It's kind of weird here because it seems like Chan should be dead by this time because it's like at the point of Xiao. But if this is at the point of Luo Station Section 1, then Mirrors and Xiao should not be wounded. And Xiao should not have her imperfect ego right now. So the timeline kind of does not add up, but it's fine. Leave the rest to me and my mind to go after the chief. Mirrors, there was no one among us who could convince Xiao. Except for you. Just go. Thank you, Chan. Yeah, he just pushes her out of the library. Get out of my way, Mirrors. Chief. No, Xiao, I can't leave you like this. It's not just me. We all... I guess this means like we all can't. I don't want this to happen to you. I said get out of the way, Mirrors. Mirrors? Yeah, Mirrors. Some of the names are also different because of the machine translation. I know what to do. I know that if I went to the library I might die. But I couldn't leave you alone in your perilous state. And what about it? Sorry, Xiao. And she has been locked out of the library while Mirrors and Shan are fighting. Open the door now. Shit. I don't want to scream into the microphone. You're asking me to live without doing anything? Again, Book of Chan, Book of Mirrors. I actually didn't check if it gave me the books, but it's kind of like a pretty cool way to progress the plot, like they both died there while Xiao was screaming at the door. That's like a really cool way to show that they died without actually showing them dead. Please, please open it. My people are dying inside. Why the hell won't it open? Some of those people are my friends. They're dying in my place. I was the only one who said it was okay to bury my bones. Oh, sure. I wonder why I'm the one who survived so miserably. If you were just following me, why didn't you let me live? If I apologize, will you let me through? If I have to die someday, at least let me be with them. There's no way I could live like this alone. Who are you? What's the point of talking to me? What's your point? No. No. I just wanted I just wanted Lowell's book. I was willing to die to have my loved ones back. Was this really the right choice? No. I should have taken better care of those left behind. I should have taken better care of those who were left behind, and my selfishness caused such a disaster. Is it really? Was the will to go on stepping on the bodies of everyone else just selfishness? I gave my life, the life of an innocent, to just one person. Were they wrong to think that my life would be enough? Don't do this, please. Lowell was my reason for living. Yes, I knew it. I killed them. I weighted their lives against my reckless desires. I ended up destroying the lives of my innocent men. Also, the way how this is drawn is fantastic, by the way. I want to emphasize this. This looks really cool. I'm sure Lowell didn't want me to come here. I chose to throw myself into a magical world, breaking the promises I had made to the people I cared about. I chose to throw myself into hell. The self-satisfaction of I just wanted back has tainted everything. The lives of those who came with me were reduced to ashes. Because of me? By my hand. Yes, I think so too. Yeah, once again, a really cool burn effect, just like in the original Xiao fight. And now onto the reception itself. We have 2 enemies here, but we actually have 5, you'll see when we start. We have this, aka Distorted Xiao, and we have Lowell, I guess Lowell's soul. Let's start with Lowell because he's easier to explain. Sintamani. He's got 127 HP, 68 stack resist, 2 to 7 speed, and is normal to everything, so he doesn't seem to be very difficult to take down, right? Well, low HP, no resistances, and actually no pages in hand as well. He does have 2 abilities, one of which is Eternal Affection of the Wife. Upon death, removes debuffs applied to Xiao and recovers her health. Is immune to damage from ranged combat pages and mass attack combat pages. So you cannot spam him with mass attacks, sadly, because that is the strategy that I used for my initial win on this fight. Also, he does have the second ability, which is much more important than this. If there are less than 5 allies alive, summon a child. The child who has been summoned cannot be summoned again. Basically, he has a couple of people he can summon, and if he summoned a person that you then killed, he cannot summon that again. So even though he has a lot of people he can summon, as soon as you beat all of them, you will be free from that amount of enemies on your screen. Then we have Xiao herself. 1500 HP, that's a lot. 500 stagger resist, that's not a lot, but she seems to not take any stagger damage. 2 to 7 speed, which is completely fine, that's the normal speed value. Actually, all of my people have the same speed, and she is normal to everything, but with that amount of HP, it doesn't matter what resistances she has, honestly. She has Shimmering, like all good bosses do. Then the ability that's named after her, I guess. Inflict 2 burn to all characters except Sintamani and herself. If Sintamani dies, make this character staggered. Death of a true friend. Add the passive combat pages and the death. Add the passive combat pages of dead allies during this act and gain +1 speed die. Basically, Sintamani gives her allies. As soon as you kill the allies, Xiao will get buffs. So that's the point of the fight, I guess. She has a couple of new pages, most of which are high cost, but it doesn't matter because Shimmering. Pathetic, 5 to 8, 5 to 8, 4 to 7, no special abilities. She has 2 copies of that. Then Hard Fought Battle. Has only counter dice and afflicts burn on hit with her slashing attacks. This is pretty great to see in a fight, because when she does use this, that means you can just ignore her and she will use basically one less page than usual. Then she has Love, which is very annoying. On use, gain 1 strength next scene, and has an 8 to 12 die. It is better to just get rid of this page with mass attacks, but because of its 8 to 12 die, it is difficult to beat it with something like Shockwave, even at +5 from your prowess, so this is kind of problematic. Then we have Saint-Amania. This page is played every single scene, and it is always in Xiao's hand. Combo stat, give protection to Saint-Amania by 10 minus number of allies killed. Xiao will take up to 4 attacks that come onto Saint-Amania instead. Basically, if you attack Saint-Amania, he will be protected by these counter dice, even though he doesn't play any pages himself. If you manage to beat all those counter dice, you can actually attack him. But he will have a lot of protection, up to 10, if you didn't kill anyone, so it will be difficult to take him down anyways. Then we have Pain of Breaking the God. Side of Clash, deal 12 damage to self, all dice on this page gain +3 power. This is really weird because it feels like dealing 12 damage to self is here to like make the page a lot more fair, but it just doesn't. She has 1500 HP, this isn't even a percent of her HP. Like she loses nothing by like taking 12 damage. And the +3 power is really strong. You have to beat this with something like Degraded Pillar and usually at +5 from your prowess. Then she also has Favorite Emotions, that's an old page, and Hellfire. She uses this really rarely, like once per fight. On hit, inflict 8 burn, I think it's 8. This die changes the enemy's resistance to one of the least resisted. I guess this just means to fatal or weak. I'm not sure. And this is the team that I used to fight this. This was my winning team: Bina, Mirenae, Olivier, the Puppeteer, and Nikolai. The entire strategy of my team was to spam mass attacks as fast as possible to get rid of all of her allies. And speaking of allies, let this load because it does take some time to load. Here it is. Here they are. We have 3 allies, those are the ones that appear first, and I think it is hard-coded what the order of the allies is, so we will always see these 3 people on the first scene, and Pulau is the drummer. I don't know who the drummer is, because you can see that the other souls look like the people from Yule Association. We have May, we have the other woman. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I will not try, because I will make a fool of myself. And yeah, also Xiao is gigantic. That's another fact. And you have to fight against Pulau on the first scene all the time, because it is guaranteed to happen. I'm pretty sure it is guaranteed, at least. Okay, let's go for strengths on Mirenae. Once again, I am not sure if I will win this fight, so we'll see. I definitely can with this team, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, we have double edge encounter here. I think that should be enough. Maybe let's get strengths. A multi-slash. I don't think it wins any clashes here. So we'll just have to throw it into one of the souls to kill them faster. Oh my fucking god. To kill them faster. Okay, my speaking skills are not in a great place right now. I think I can just use concentration right here. It will beat Pulau and then it will be used against Love. I will probably lose at Clash. But I mean, I can try to do something with it. I don't think I can use anything against that, at least right now. Let's go for duel. I have prepared all stances of Purple Tier, but I think I will mostly use Guardian stance. That's because I want to spam mass attacks, and for that I will have to use a lot of... what's it called? Ominous Power, right. Okay, nobody took damage from that, that's nice. Fairy definitely beats everything because +5. Then we also have Chain. Encounter should be enough. Yep, 19-12, that's really strong. Okay, well, counter dice, sure. Yeah, as you can see, Pain of Breaking the God is really strong. It rolls really high. Okay, we'll have to take one attack with Bina, that's fine, we took like 3 damage. Okay, we lost the Clash sadly, so we took some damage. Okay, no X here. I really wanted to see the one from Judgment Bird because it does give you burn immunity, and burn immunity is everything against any Xiao. Does this at +5 beat it? No, it does not. At least I don't think so. She has +4 basically. So maybe I hit this, but what do I do against this? 7 speed. I need 7 speed to counter that. I can't draw... yeah, I could not draw that. Well, that's already a bad situation. Okay, I can try to go for Pillar here and just forget about the Shockwave for now. Maybe that's the play. I still have to fight against this, so we will take that once again with Nikolai. Yeah, this is a strong page as well. The double Jishan Kao. I'm not sure that some epicuration beats it though. What even beats it? I think I can just go for Guidance Stance and straight up spam block dice and hope something happens. I can take this. Probably. At least the second die. Okay, let's start. Created pillar hits. There is some fairy on Xiao. Dealing damage to Xiao is not as important right now, but it is, you know, kind of important. You have to kill her. But she is not the target with the highest priority right now. Okay, Serpentine Barrier rolled high 3 times, and okay, a couple of attacks. Okay, we actually rolled really well on Serpentine Barrier here. I am amazed with those rolls. Finally, something great about that page. Okay, we have +4, +3 because of Weight of Sin. That page is great because it gives you so much strength and endurance. But the problem with Weight of Sin is that you can't die from it. And I have put myself in a situation on my first win and run where I used Shockwave to kill Xiao because she was like at 30 HP, and Bina just killed herself before she could use the page. And that was kind of awful. But I think that's not very likely to happen again. Unless I play really badly. Which can happen. You've seen me play not well already. We do have Execute here. Is that even a great idea? I don't think it is a good idea. No, we do have 4 strengths here, so that kind of seals the deal. Let's go for this, sure. Be on. No, I think we'll go for Serpentine Barrier plus Beyond right here. Shockwave hits once. Shockwave hits twice. Shockwave hits twice. Okay, well, that's 3 staggered. That's nice to see. The thing about the souls is actually I did not look at their passives, and I should have. Because they all have the same passives, and one of them is a really important mechanic to know. So as you can see, they are not falling below 1 health. They are taking 0 damage. So that means we can set up, which is nice. But that also means that, oh, long arms, they're here, that's nice, we can take no damage from burn. And okay, let's see. They have the abilities of speed, the usual. Fervor, alright. Fervor is a great mountain. Those actually... yeah, those are different. Pulau inflicts random debuffs, and then we have May with remain vigilant and peace. So we can see that those are the abilities. But they also have this, reflect the light back at oneself. When HP falls to 1, gain 50 burn in the next scene and recover all stagger resistance at the end of the scene. HP does not fall below 1 until next scene. Basically, they will be alive for one more scene, which kind of makes it a bit more difficult to fight against. The problem is that I don't think they are vulnerable even yet, even now, because I think no, I don't have a shockwave here, sadly. Oh, we actually have to fight against this again. I mean, it's fine. Okay, let's see what I can do here. I can take this. I can then use this against probably double Xinjiang Kao. It is +9, but it can only roll the lowest possible value because paralysis. Yeah, that's strong enough, I think. Maybe. Let's restore 1 light. Then we'll go for a True Dragon formation for 3 light. And then we're also going to go for Multi Slash. That will put us in a favorable position light-wise. We can do this, we have +4. Then we can also do this. No, can we? Probably not. We can do this, however. Also Multi Slash, sure. Beyond, sure. Another Beyond? No. Okay, let's start. Hits nobody, luckily. Okay, Fairy hit twice. We did have to take some additional damage because of Weight of Sin. And yeah, that's the problem with Weight of Sin in this fight. Because you are inflicted with paralysis a lot, you will be rolling the lowest possible values on Degraded Fairy. And you are going to use Fairy a lot, because it is your only light source in Bina's hand. Or deck. So you are going to put yourself at a disadvantage by using that page. And you're probably going to deplete Bina's HP before you deplete Xiao's. Well, it's not guaranteed, but it is highly implied. Okay, Apocalypse here is nice. You would think that Justicia is a fantastic page here because Xiao is a big boss, but because of the fact that she has so much HP, the 50 max damage from Justicia does nothing to her. Like, it doesn't matter. It is much more useful to go for Apocalypse and Twilight. Even though Twilight is a bad mass attack, it is still better than nothing, and Apocalypse is just great here, because you can spam it against hordes of enemies, and they will get staggered really quickly. Also, yes, this is a lot of dice. We'll get to that. Okay, we do have to fight against thousands of arrows, so let's not go for Apocalypse just yet. And instead, let's do this. Then Bina is going to use... once again we have paralysis, so I don't think using Fairy here will be nice. Maybe Degraded Lock. It's not that great of a page though. Well, I guess we can do that. She's not going for love, which is interesting. She is only going for the pages that belong to her dead allies right now. Also, Bina, I think, Bina has the lowest health, meaning that if we use... if we hit Xiao, we will regain health on Bina, so I think it's fine if we go for Fairies against her, because she will just take damage and heal Bina back up. Okay, Rencounter seems to be the better page here. Let's go Endurance. Here I can go for Endurance as well, and give that to somebody else. Does Observe beat it? With all of its buffs, I think it will be better to go for Will the Prescript here. That should beat it, because 2 endurance and 1 strength, as well as blade unlocked. Paralysis is here, but I think it's going to be fine, at least I hope so. Let's go for that. Then also frontal assault. Then we go for concentration. Also probably a golden opportunity right here. And well, we are getting focused on us, on our Nikolai. And I can't even retake anything on Xiao because of her high speed. Okay, sure. We can go for some preparation here. And confrontation here, I guess. It is strong enough to beat multi-shot. It is a ranged page, so it will reroll all of our dice if we win clashes. But the problem is that this soul has the ability Tao Ti. When you lose a clash, your next die gains +1 power. Each time you lose a clash in a row, you get an additional +1 power. Basically, the last die on this page will hit hard. And I'm not sure if we are strong enough to fight against it. Oh, right. Sure. We have chains. That's good enough. Let's start. Everybody blocked. Okay, 2 people take damage here. Fairy inflicts some damage. Okay, now we just... Wait, it's a ranged page, I'm in Thomas. How could I have been so foolish to think that it would reroll, if it just does not? Okay, well, that took away some HP on my Bina. I cannot heal her, so I definitely should attack Xiao a lot. Also yes, and this fight does have its own background music. Well, that's it for how. Holy shit, that was fast. How did I lose her so fast? Straight up speedrun losing a person in this fight. Yeah, I did tell you that I'm wildly inconsistent with the strategy. It did work the first time. It doesn't seem to work right now. We'll see. Okay, let's go for that. Then also less pillar. Let's Apocalypse. Here I guess we'll just go for 2 Trigon formation with a light restoration trigram. Oh, that's not good. We can go for Serpentine Barrier though, so it's fine. And let's retake that. We are hitting this with Shockwave, so there's no way it hits. Or is even used at all. Do we attack Xiao here? I think we actually attack the souls right now. Let's start. We get Shockwave, 18, that rolled really high. Another 18, that's also nice. And Bin actually took damage here. So that's the lowest possible roll. Still hit everybody. Also Apocalypse probably is overkill right now because everybody's target anyway. Okay, Bina will regain some HP. Yeah, we take 0 damage anyway on purple tier and we cannot get inflicted with burn, so she is the perfect damage sponge, especially with toughness added to her. Because if we lose a clash by 3 or less, we will still not take any damage or stagger damage, so she can soak up damage really well. Okay, let's look at this. Small bird decided to punish the creature's wrongdoings with his beak. And I'm not sure if I want to go for Lamp. I think going for Lamp as well as Shockwave in one scene will be a detriment, because Shockwave inflicts Feeble and Lamp just disables that Feeble. But if they get any strengths, it will also disable the strengths, so it seems to be useful, but kind of like weird. Twilight is here as well, Paralysis is nice. I think we'll go for Lamp right now. Okay, a lot of pages are being used. These ones are leaving their last scene, so I should keep that in mind. Ooh, that's interesting. Can Ogre Kick beat it? I'm not sure. I guess we'll just have to hope. Oh, we can get strength here, right? Okay, well, I think then we have pretty high chances now. In order, do we go for confrontation here? Yeah, sure. And here we'll go for Will of the Prescript. Nope, I think it should be the other way around. Like this. And we'll also get... Oh, we can only do one page, because I forgot about the prescripts, I mean the trigrams last scene. Okay, and that's unfortunate. Here we'll go for Ominous Power. And then we'll retake some of the strong attacks into Teleportia, because she can soak up damage really nicely. Let's do that. We can use the greater chain against that, and probably we can go for Observe here, then also build the city and Frontal Assault to finish Beyond off, and yeah, that's it. Let's start. Fairy hits twice, and that's always nice to see. Some more hits with Fairy. Observe actually won the clash. Yeah. No chances to win. And suddenly, Probotia decided to roll low. Why? I don't know. But she did. Yeah, with Nikolai gone, the clashes become much less bearable, because we don't have the +1. Also, we did roll the lowest possible value here, it seems like. Or not. Or just Xiao rolled the highest possible value. Okay, now we have two new people. These ones are the strongest. They have... Okay, well, only one person here is the strongest. This guy has 200 HP, so he is twice as tough as everybody else. Furious Fire into the Skies, that's Mirrors, and everything else is the same. Also, yeah, they do have single strikes, so you have to remember that. Do they have multiple copies of single strike? I think she shouldn't have, right? Yeah. Luckily she does not stack single strike, because if she did, this would be a problem, because a lot of pages would hit much harder than they should. Okay, we have Hellfire here. The first usage of Hellfire during this fight. And we should be really careful about that page, because it is strong. +4. Yeah, we can go for Rooster's Crow. Sure. Then we can also Shockwave. That's something we can do. And we can probably go for this. Maybe. Yeah, 2 Dragon Formation definitely beats it, so we will go for that. Encounter. Sub-Epicuration and Graze the Grass. Let's get probably Strengths. And I don't think we can win the clash here with Purple Tier like at all, because Beyond is the only page that we can use against mass attacks here, and well, that's not going to be enough, is it? Unless we go for Ominous Power and change to Blunt Stance to see Duel. But I don't think it's that necessary here. So instead we can just either... yeah, I think we'll go for that. Let's go for Ominous Power and then let's go for Apocalypse. This can either easily win this clash or lose it entirely. Let's just hope it wins. Okay, and I've used Trigram here, so let's just go for Frontal Assault. Or not. Or we go for Bishi and then we go for Frontal Assault. Sure. let's start. We have 2 mass attacks before them. Did not hit Burning Flash on Chan somehow. Okay, stop rolling low, please. Finally. A good double-digit roll. 24, that actually beats the Unstable Flame and Dragon Fist, so that's nice. Now it's her turn. Everybody beat that clash, that is great to see. Purple Tier did have to take some damage, but I think it's fine. She is the damage sponge after all. No, we took some damage. Nice. Okay, I did not see that was attacking Bina. I should protect Bina at all costs. She is my... No! No! What? Why was she only attacking Bina? I should have checked. I was so confident that I took all of the main clashes away. Okay, I'm getting slowly but surely destroyed. I think Peace is useful here because Bina will take less damage and deal more damage. And then let's go for Twilight. Okay, we have managed to attack this Jot. Stagger this Jot. And we have Mirrors, aka Jiao 2, to worry about, and he has High and Fire sitting on Brushwood, right? Yeah. And also 200 HP, so he is one of the strongest souls. Do I go for Lamp here? Probably not with Purple Tier, because I want to get more ominous powers here by just using Beyond. Okay, let's go for that. Then Observe does not beat that at all, like under any circumstances, so we'll go for Endurance. So we take 30% less damage, and then we're going to go for probably Ogre Kick. I think we can do something with that at +2, at +3 actually. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Observe did not beat that. Will's Prescript might, but I'm not sure. It probably won't. I have Pillar, so I'm going to use it. Also, we have +5 on Bina. Holy shit. Yeah, let's go for Lamp on something that isn't very strong. And then let's go for nothing else, sure. That's good enough. 2 Dragon Formation. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really bad. I can get staggered. Do I have Endurance? Yep, I do. Okay, well, now I can't get staggered. So I guess I just ignore it, even... Wait, can I arrange something in a way that will protect me from the Unstable Flame and Dragon Fist? Like, I don't have Apocalypse, so I can't. Unfortunate. Let's start. This fight is slowly going downhill. We've dealt some damage here. Also, yeah, the annoying blinking effect will continue. So I'm sorry for that, but I can't get rid of it because that's how Lamp works. Okay, really, you had to lose that clash immediately. At least you want to here. Yep, we lived that. Ogre Kick hit. Okay, stop! We must win all clashes here to not get staggered. Yes, we did. Sure, fine. Okay, rush down. Nobody's attacking Bina, which is always great. And the blinking effect has been destroyed. And Miss is the intruder, really? Not Xiao? Okay, well, fine. I guess he is. +2, that's +7 total, should be fine. Another Unstable Flame and Dragon Fist. I hate that move so much. Do I do anything about it? How do I even win it? Oh, Apocalypse. Right, mass attacks. I forgot about those. I should not forget about those because that is the entire backbone of this strategy. I built this entire team around spamming mass attacks, and I should be doing that a lot. Did I go Serpent in here? I think I should. That's a pretty weak page, right? I can retake this. This isn't weak at all. It's actually really strong. I can probably degraded log that. Oh, I didn't retake it. Stop. I'm in a bad position. This is completely suboptimal. Let's go for double encounter. Let's draw one page. Just one light here. Will of the prescript should do something. He actually has 2 stacks of intruder. Wait, how does it work? Oh, last 2 scenes. Okay. I guess it just shows that it is the second scene. Or maybe not. This is being hit, that's fine. At +3 it has a chance at winning something. Holy shit, why did I even take Observe into this fight? I'm starting to regret that decision. Yeah, I also have no stagger resist here. I can try to Twilight before dying. Let's start. We go for Twilight. It hits nobody with its first die. That's the strongest one, by the way. Okay, it hits all of the souls with the second one. That's fine. Apocalypse does not hit Xiao. It actually even doesn't hit Chan. Really? And I missed both of my fairies. How does that happen? Degraded lock. Okay, this actually staggers. That is great to see. Serpentine barrier. Oh my god. Wait, I clashed? I didn't clash with defense, no? I thought I didn't clash with that. Okay, well, team is dead. Okay, well, Marina is dead. That is the end of my team. Being staggered. Holy shit. Okay, well, we have beaten all of the souls, but well, that's the end here. I am wildly inconsistent. I think if Nikolai survived past the second scene, we would have won here. But yeah, that's a defeat. I think you get the premise of the fight. It's not extremely difficult, and it's definitely not unfair. You can understand everything that happens, and I think that's great. But it is kind of difficult. It's definitely not free, like many other mods have. So yeah, we have a lot of pages here, 12 of them to be exact. Paint Tiger Dog's page. Why that the name? I don't know. And we got all of the pages actually pathetic as well, which is weird because it is the page of Xiao. And you can actually see the Book of Xiao as well, because I have gotten that on my first attempt, if I can find it. I think it's here, yeah. We have Xiao with her weird text. She's got Speed 3, Fervor, Force of a Wildfire, that's the ability of original Xiao, Death of a True Friend, and the passive of the dead allies during this act. Meaning that if you use this page, you can, I guess, have this alive as the last librarian, and it will have a lot of passives. I mean, this doesn't seem to be very useful, but I guess you can find a way to make it useful. It's like illegal attribution. I guess you can go for Distorted Xiao's page on Chizette's floor, and there you can just, I guess, kill everybody and then use False Throne to have them for a couple scenes while you have like 15 different abilities. And also, the other page that you could get from the Paint Tiger Dogs book is Sintamani, which only has one ability, and that ability is if this core page is attached to Xiao, gain 2 protection, 2 stagger protection, max 5, recover 8 stagger resist at the start of the act while on stage for the number of other allies killed. Wait, at the start of the act, that's pretty weak, right? It might be the start of the scene, because it says at the start of the act while on stage. It's like it's a weird translation. If it is at the start of the scene, it's really strong because you can get 5 protection, 5 stagger protection, and recover 20 stagger resist every scene. And if you're alone, that's probably enough for a solo run, right? That's great defense. And then if you get like some really strong pages to die near you, you can manage to have a lot of strong passives as well. So this seems like a solo build page. So it is really fun. I think the fact that it isn't just straight up broken and stupid like many other mods pages makes it really cool. It also has endurance to slash damage and blunt stagger, so it doesn't have any over-the-top endurances, as well as HP at the levels of the city, I guess. Like, here's Peppertier. Okay, well, she does have a lot more stagger resist, but that's the only difference. So yeah, that's it. Also, she does have Hellfire here, which is different. Instead of having one summation roll, has 2 individual ones, which are really strong, by the way. If you have Rainstorm Love in hand, exhaust that page and add the Rainstorm Love attack dice to this page. So basically, if you have this, instead of playing both of those pages back to back, you can play this one, and it will basically just exhaust this for no light and add those pages to that attack. So you can deal a lot more damage than usual with this page once if you have this. So yeah, that's kind of the end for this reception. I am sorry that I couldn't beat it. It is kind of lame to see fights that don't have endings, but I promise you, you can beat it. It's not insanely difficult, you just have to put some thought into it. By the way, I actually said I would tell you some strategies, but I didn't. The strategies that are there are either you kill all of the Sons of the Dragon, or I guess the Souls as I call them, and then proceed to beat up Xiao, which is viable, but it is difficult to get to that without your librarians dying, because a lot of dice are being thrown at them and they're suffering a lot of damage as well as burn. The other way to beat this is to run, I think, Melchior's Floor with Philip and his Blazing Strike page, and if you clone that and have 4 copies of Blazing Strike and have some other burn inflicting pages on your other librarians, you can force your attacks onto Sintamani, get rid of the 4 dice, then hit Sintamani with 4 copies of Blazing Strike, and he will die because of burn. Even though he does have 10 protection, it doesn't work against status ailments, I'm pretty sure, so if you do that, you will be able to kill him, and then you can proceed to kill the three souls, then they will not respawn, and then you can kill Xiao, who will be staggered, by the way, on the scene after you kill Lowell. So that is also a viable strategy that you can and probably should use, but it is kind of difficult to pull off, and I decided to go for the monkey brain, just kill all the enemy strategy. And it worked on my first time. It didn't work now, so you can see how strong that is. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around. Goodbye!